Happy Labor Day, everybody, and welcome to the Big T today. I'm Frank Vespi, Dave Rodman, track announcer to my left. Dave, once more into the breach before Racing Brigadoon recedes into the mist.
Yeah, is that what it is? I'll try to translate that. Hold on a second. You're using some big words there.
Come on, Brigadoon.
Brigadoon.
Ask Willard about it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he knows every movie on Turner Classic Movies. So
Exactly, and Brigadoon
yeah.
certainly on
Right.
TCM.
All right. Yeah, great day yesterday. Handle's been up. The crowds have been enthusiastic. I mean, every day people are really betting on Timonium, especially the live handles up. The handle from our off-track betting and wagering accounts are up as well.
Yeah, everything's
Weather's
way
been
up this year.
cooperative, track fast today. A little warm the last couple of days. We had a real nice day, though. And a whole,
How about that dead heat yesterday?
Yeah, I was just looking at the chart. That's Mr. Mo. It's sizzling time. If you've not had a chance to watch yesterday's sixth race, probably one of the best races I've seen here at Timonium in a long, long time. Great stretch battle. That's Mr. Mo. It's sizzling time, and each time the replay was shown, it looked like a different horse won it.
Yep.
It must have been very excruciating for both the connections of a sizzling time. That's Mr. Mo. To wait for a decision, and when the decision was posted, it was a dead heat. It was probably a good 8 minutes, right?
Yeah, it took a long time. Actually, I was on the finish line, and when the race ended, as they crossed the wire, I was pretty sure Sizzling Time had won. Then when they showed the replay, I was pretty sure That's Mr. Mo had won. And those connections in particular, the Jerry Robb barn, the That's Mr. Mo connections, were sure they had won.
Well,
and they were heartily celebrating their victory, but they kept not saying that they had won, and then it turned out to be
Just remember, racing fans, the handheld camera at ground level at the finish line is not the photo finish.
Exactly.
So, yeah, the angle can be very deceptive from a ground level depending on how far or left the actual person holding the camera is, but the photo finish indeed shows a dead heat.
But that's as good a horse race as you're going to see anywhere. Those horses hooked up a long way from home, nose to nose, all the way to the wire. Great race there. We got a nice card on tap today. We got a couple allowances, including an open allowance. That's our feature race 8, and that race, that's pretty much stakes quality. We got a couple stakes winners in that field, even with the scratch of the favorite Malibu Beauty.
This is an interesting race because it's the only race in which I changed my pick today. I did that yesterday to the wrong side. It's sizzling time.
Let's hope this time is the right time.
This time maybe it'll work out.
All right, let's dig in here. 9 races to talk about, Dave Rodman. The lid lifter, maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, going 6.5 furlongs. Take out the 7 in here. Square Slice is a scratch. Everybody else still in here. And Dave, I'll just tell you up front, I made a conscious decision not picking any favorites today. So I did not pick the morning line favorite.
In the money, maybe?
In the money, but not on top.
All right.
Just for fun. It's closing day at Timonium.
Well, I do have one double-digit morning line horse on top. So,
beautiful, as I do right here. So,
and speaking of that.
So let's go. You're landing on No Foolin' Mo.
Yeah, I was thinking about yesterday with the Rodney Jenkins horse, Treasure Tradition.
Who ran actually
ran
pretty
big,
well.
And I thought kind of was a winner around the far turn.
Yep.
This came up a little bit short, but really, really good value at a price. Finished third in that race in a tough race. Watch that horse down the line at Pimlico or Laurel.
Yeah. No, that was a nice return to action.
Big return.
And let's hope maybe we can get one of those home today.
All right. The first I went for a firster, No Foolin' Mo. There's a couple of firsters in here. It's Uncle Mo, a colt who was purchased for $200,000 back in May here in Maryland out of a Malibu Moon mare, Sultry, who was a stakes winner. Uncle Mo's 2-year-old first-time starters went at an above-average percentage of 14%. I saw Hammy Smith just before coming up here, and he's got blinkers on this horse for the first time. He said he doesn't like to usually put blinkers on a horse in debut, but indicating maybe he's been a little bit green in the morning. It's debuting at 6.5 furlongs. He's got every chance to either show speed or settle in here, and he's got a really nice dog fig pedigree of 101, which is equal to your top pick, Frank. Number 5, Without Pretense, Bernardini colt.
Yeah, you don't see a ton of Bernardinis racing here. This is a horse that on debut finished 5th. It was not a great effort, but it wasn't a terrible debut. I think probably learned something, was not too far off the pace while between foes early, faded late. That sometimes happens. But what particularly attracted to me, so this horse now has a little bit of experience. This horse is bred to be on the dirt. Bernardini is a superior dirt sire. Ponder Lee, the More Than Ready mare that is this horse's dam, was a grade 3 place sprinter on the dirt. This is a horse that I think wanted the dirt. I don't know, they might have just thought, we'll get her going here, and here's a spot, and we'll run and see what happens, which a lot of trainers do. Phil Schoenthal said he had done with the horse that Determined Driver, who just finished 2nd in the Timonium Juvenile. Just get him started. Here's a race. We're ready. Let's run. See how it goes. I think this one steps forward in a big way today.
Yeah, he's got racing experience, though it was on the turf. And you mentioned the Dam, who was grade 3 stakes placed 2nd in the Forward Gal Stakes down in Florida. So a couple of really nice 2-year-olds here. $200,000 purchase. One's out of a stakes winner. The other one out of a stakes placed mare. The 4 and the 5. Frank's top picks the 5. I got the 4. We have both have the 3 Catahoula Moon in the mix. That is the 6-5 morning line favorite. I know you're anti-morning line favorite today.
Anti-morning line favorites, yeah.
But I thought this horse ran a good 3rd at Laurel, 2nd time out. His looks, I marked in my notes that he had a nice stout look on the racetrack and finished nicely with a good advance outside. I believe went kind of over to his left lead late in the game, so he's still a bit green as well.
Sure.
So you never know what you're going to get with these 2-year-olds. One firster here, one horse with a 2-3 races under the belt, another firster, and it's kind of a grab bag of decent runners in the opener.
Well, let's hope the pedigree dog figs come up big here.
Well,
in this
he's
spot.
actually the 4 and the 5 have the exact same dog fig. So 101.
101 pedigree dog fig.
Yeah, we're working on them.
You can only get those on the Big T today.
They're 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100%.
And I think today, after today, they'll be 2 for 2.
All right.
Got another good one in the last. All right.
Oh, beautiful.
Or 3 for 3. They'll be 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
2 for 2 today.
2 for 2 after the first. 3 for 3 after.
I don't know how you figure up to numbers like 101 when we can't even get to 3.
I can't even add, and I'm doing the figures. Okay, second race, scratch
Second
2
race,
and
go
3.
ahead.
Pompous Prince, which is a key scratch here in the second race. 2 Pompous Prince and the 3 Sir Smoke, because Pompous Prince I had marked there, speed of the speed. Well, he's not going to be speed today because he's out. Now who's the speed?
Well, isn't that an interesting question? That is an interesting question.
Yes, I know.
And I might end up being here and no further, might I not?
That's my top pick.
Yeah.
But you're anti-favorite. He's
I'm
5 to 2 in
anti-favorite.
the morning
So
line.
here's the thing I liked about Notion to Tap at 6-1 morning line. Mario Saray, Grant Whitaker, their connections that have done well here at the Big T. But I also like kind of the change of pace here. This is a horse that was closing. Shows good speed last time. Is right up with it.
Yeah, you got a point. Yep.
And I, love the change of pace. That's it. Speaking of Andy Beyer, that's an old Andy Beyer angle. The change of pace.
Oh, when a horse does that?
Yeah, when a horse that runs one way, then runs a different way the next start.
Okay.
And that's what we got there.
Yeah, I mean, 47-3 is not smoking at Delaware, but then again, with the scratch of the 2, they probably may not be smoking here. I liked Hearing No Further. He worked right to the rail around the first turn and had a good trip, but he drew off by 7 with really good energy in the non-winners of 2. Last weekend here at Timonium in a race that was 11 points above Dog Fig par. So I got to stick with my guns there.
Hey, you got to stick with the dog figs. The third place horse, Grand Manor, came back to run second here at the Big T and improved his Beyer figure by 8 points up to 52.
There you go. That verifies it. That shows you.
Yeah, see,
right.
dog figs. It's
but
all
no
about the dog
price,
figs.
right, on the 1?
No, you will get nothing and like it on the 1.
How about the Howard County contingent here, the McFarland gang coming in? Tyler Time.
Tyler Time. Yeah, I didn't get to Tyler Time, but you obviously did. Brandon McFarland, tell us about Tyler Time.
Well, I thought with Pompous Prince, if he stayed in the race, this horse had a good chance to close for a share and still might. I mean, he was good second at 44-1 3 races back, going 2 turns over at Laurel. He's got the 2 turn 6.5 here. And the race that kind of caught my eye was the race he got buried at a Penn National the winner of that race, Addie's Money, is a 3-time winner in 2023. So let's face some decent company. Good second at 44 to 1. Got some experience. That 1-turn mile, the 2-turn mile, and the 16th at Laurel. He should be fit to get a share. The question is, will the pace be sufficient enough for him to rally to the winner's circle, but maybe an underneath use?
No, right. He's going to need to be a little bit better positioned than typically here. So, all right, 516 for me, 175 for Mr. Rodman. Race 3, 5,000 claimers, mile and a 16th. That's 3 turns here. No changes in this one. And I go 5-6-3-1. You go 3-8-6-5. Dave, tell us about Can't Pass It Up.
I can't tell you much. It's that kind of race, really. You know, you see we're all over the board in this 8-horse field. I mean, Can't Pass It Up was kind of the default horse for me. He seems to be in good form right now. Second back for you, McMahon. And gets Axel aboard. His last 2 numbers are good. And he's a horse that used to be like a deep, triple deep closer way back.
Deep.
But lately, especially at race at Laurel, going to 1-turn mile, I mean, he would be like 20-something lengths back sometime, 18 lengths back. Is he back in his form? But he seems to be in okay form right now, and he was only 4 lengths off the lead at 2 of the calls over at Laurel on August the 20th. So I'm sticking with the in-form horse here. There's no doubt number 8, Bahama Channel, if he runs back to that almost freakish race back in late June where he won by 7 at Laurel, can win this race from the Hot-A-Net Eubanks barn. And he's got a race here at the Big T last week behind Grant Andrews. Sent 3 wide as the comment, angled in and faded. So I couldn't detect any particular bias there. Grant Andrews, the winner, was maybe the widest winner of them all. I think maybe we've had at the meet. He was like 5 deep on the second turn. But give him another chance here, Bahama Channel. He's kind of an off and on horse, but when he's on, he's really on.
Yeah, no, I as one can see, I didn't use that horse, but that's a horse that has some pretty good efforts on the page and is getting class relief here. The horse I landed on, Ikati's Verve, is another one getting a little bit of class relief, dropping out of open claiming to beaten claiming here. And that last race was a pretty good effort, closed stoutly to just miss by a half length behind Anti-Poison and Military Hop. That race hasn't produced any next out winners, which is usually something I do put a lot of stock in, but I think there was pretty good quality of horses in that race. I mean, I think several of those would look really good in this spot, and I thought you were going to get – I think you're going to get a decent price there. Richard Monterey up for Carlos Mencia.
I can't knock the pick. The only thing I can say is, will he get that brisk opening quarter and half mile? He's kind of he is a deep closer.
No, his last couple, he's coming from out of it.
But if
he
can settle and it just kind of fall apart up front, he likes to make a nice sustained run here. I'm not counting him out of the picture. I mean, I've got him on the
So this is kind of one of those.
Yeah, one of those. I don't know.
I can't argue with it, and good luck with it, kind of things.
Right.
On to race 4 claiming 25 never win 2, 6.5 furlongs. So these are horses that have never won 2 races. Everybody still in it, and once again, I'm trying to beat the favorite.
I think
you are too.
The fans are going to go, oh, look at Lovely Liza, second a couple of times. Look at those numbers.
Yep.
She's been off since June. Which is not always a strong angle for the barn, especially when you're dealing with a short price on Lovely Liza here. So you try to beat the favorite every race today. I'm going to try to beat the favorite in here with Devil Pays in Gold, who is forwardly placed and sent up there on the inside at the 1-turn mile at Laurel second off the claim. Oh, we might have a change. It's the Clerk of Scales. But I'll answer that later. Anyway,
I think he's calling.
That was a day.
Carlos Lopez is apparently sick.
Oh, is that what it is?
I believe so.
Okay, we'll get it from the trailer. That was a day at Laurel, July 21. Devil Pays in Gold, sent up in there for early speed, and kind of finished a flat 4th in there. Isabella's Glory moved from last to first to win. In fact, there were no wire-to-wire winners that day at Laurel. So maybe kind of worked against the grain at the track that day. This filly's got a couple of nice mile runs under her belt, and she's run okay there. And the filly, I thought, had a little bit of talent when she broke her maiden in debut, coming from off the pace with a good surge. Maybe she's a little better at like a 5.5 furlong dash at Laurel, where there's a little speed and she can run to a target. But it is a sprint here at the Big T, so I'm going to give her a shot at a price, 4.
You are getting a price there, 15-1 morning line on Devil Pays in Gold. Dave, I landed on Grace and Charm, the 8-horse. This one, got pretty well throttled last time out of Delaware, but set a solid early pace before fading. Haint Blue came running and won that race. It was not a bad field. And then two back was second to Vicatini. Vicatini had won a 40,000 Never Win 2 claimer, so a little bit better than these. Hoping for this one to take a step forward. Should be, I would guess, will be somewhat forwardly placed in this spot.
And there may be a taker for 25,000 in the claim box. People take their chances here. It's dropping in for this tag. Yep. Off of a bad race, but it was in the mud.
Yes.
At Delaware.
And again, good solid pace. It was the fastest mile pace of the day at Delaware, and then just couldn't sustain.
I like that research. All right.
And of course, we both used Lovely Liza off the Big Fig, second place last time out against Similar. Anything else you want to mention here, Dave?
I mean, she might win, but it's you do this in the long run, play this kind of horse, and you're not going to win any money. I can tell you that.
No,
okay.
no, and that's an important point. The value proposition probably isn't there. This horse could well win.
He might win today.
It might even be the most likely winner, but at even money needs to have a 50-50 chance to win, and we don't see that.
All right, I don't. All
right, race 5.
That makes it right in the winner's circle. All right, good. Next.
Mortgage the house, pink slips. We're racing for pink slips here.
All
right, race 5 is an optional starter. Claiming race, take out the 6 spicy margarita, a scratch, so no drinks for you. 6.5 furlong test, Dave, and we're pretty similar in this one.
Illusion of Hope, just a hard-trying mare. Granted, she's finished second 8 times in 21 starts, but was second to a really nice gray mare last time out, Tam Char, here at the Big T last week, and she closed stoutly on the rail, really the only other horse in the race that was running late. And so a repeat race under the belt. Geron Barbosa gets aboard today for Charlie A. Frock. Number 3, Awesome View. 5th last week in a 4 furlong dash here at Timonium, but I thought the race at Laurel, 2 back, was a good third behind Willful Desire, who I think had in my numbers the same winning number as Tamchar did last week in beating Illusion of Hope. So it was kind of split between those two. Went 2-3, 5-1.
Yeah, I wasn't bothered by the 4 furlong effort for Awesome View. I think she was just a little bit outfooted at that very short dash distance, and I think getting the added ground here puts her right back in a much more comfortable position. I will go. You mentioned Illusion of Hope. That was really a strong rally that horse made to be up in the second. I mean, I made note of that. That horse really came running after being well back. Notably, though, I'm curious for your take on this. Axel Concepcion rode Illusion of Hope that day, lands on #Lucky here.
Who?
Concepcion, who's the second leading rider here.
And I don't think is worthy of 9-5 today. Just really kind of got away with a murderous pace last time out, and she kind of needs the lead. Now, Spicy Margarita is out. That kind of changes maybe the pace picture.
But on the cutback, can she get that trip again, like that perfect all-by-yourself trip?
I think Breezy Connection is going to have something to say. It's been up close on the synthetic, comes off that half-mile dash against Poggibonsi. Awesome View also out of the Poggibonsi race. I don't think she's going to get the trip, and she's off the ticket.
Brilliant. I left her on the ticket, but Dave and I both trying to beat the favorite in race 5. I go 3-2. He goes 2-3. Race 6, starter allowance, 6.5 furlongs. Both land on the 6, Dave. How about that? Tell me about Volney.
I can tell you about Volney. I can tell you about Extra Crunchy. I can tell you about Betcha by Golly.
You could tell me everything.
Any of those horses, 6, 7, or 8, my top 3 picks are really kind of the live horses in here. The pace in my mind was a little bit muddled. I just couldn't figure out how it was going to be run. But I know Volney likes to run close to the pace. She was third behind Acadian Girl at Charlestown. Little class there against Starter Allowance. Dancer's Melody beat her at Charlestown last time out, but might be up against it today with that rail draw down to the inside, and maybe Esperana trying to press early. Red, White, and Tacos is out.
Yeah, it scratched
which is
three.
kind of a key pace scratch in the race. Extra Crunchy has been known to run close to the pace, so I think it'll be somebody either right on the lead or right off the lead in this spot. And I can't knock Betcha by Golly. Geron Barbosa gets aboard for the third consecutive time for Georgia Andreadakis. Comes off of some strong races. And you see two back behind Parish Bell, who was kind of on a streak of her own at the time, though a beaten favorite here at the Big T on opening weekend. I think they're all about equal in my book, 6, 7, and 8. You're playing the horizontal wagers there. I would use all three. And I don't have a strong feeling about any one of my top three picks in the spot. You also like Volney.
I did. I think that last effort is better than it looks, and it looks okay on the page, and I think it was better than that. This horse was basically out in the parking lot around the first turn, just lost a lot of ground there, made kind of a strong middle move, and then flattened out a little bit in the lane, which is to be expected when you're out in the parking lot around the first turn. Drawn better today, was out in the 9th hole last time, drawn better today, going to draw in another spot, so only going to be 4 horses to her inside, so I think she's probably going to get a better trip, be not too far off the pace, has beaten these kinds before. No reason she can't do it again here today, and at 9-2, it seems like a square price.
And a barn that strikes at has a small stable, but they've got some decent horses who've been running out of their skid, and I think Volney kind of fits the bill here. 6, 7, 8, and 1 with the scratch of the 3.
Yep, and I go 6, 1, 8, 5. On to race 7, second level allowance optional claimer. 2 other than going 4 furlongs here, just 5 of them, and I go with the 1. You go with the 2.
Well, our Avery Lynn has won 9 races. That's cool. Isn't it?
It's cool, and I went back and watched a bunch of her races last night when I was handicapping, and she is so fast out of the gate.
She is.
She will be first in those first few jumps.
She will. However, 8 of those wins have been at Delaware Park. I think she's.
Are you suggesting she's a Delaware lover?
Well, they say horse for course, right?
Yep.
I don't know. She's in good form. She's very reliable. Even when she runs in Maryland or any other track, she'll show that early speed. I just thought I'd take a shot here. A Bandits Warrior, who's also very fast, and maybe I think the fast of the fast. I try to pick the speed of the speed in here. Third on a sloppy track. Golden Effect beat it last time out. That was 5.5. This is a half mile. Bandits Warrior is pretty darn quick. So I think she's going to be faster than Golden. Oh, we have 2 Goldens in the race. We have 2 Goldens in the race. Golden Can, Golden Effect.
And Golden Effect, yep.
All right. Golden Effect. And Golden Can's been known to show speed, though, on the grass, so I don't know what she's going to do. I just think I'm doing speed of speed here. 2 Bandits Warrior. 9-time winner, 8 at Delaware Park, maybe 10-time winner, 8 at Delaware Park, 1 at Timonium, 1 somewhere else.
4 furlongs.
I don't know.
I think the 4 furlongs is a positive there. We've talked about Mike Gorham. I looked up his record. You had mentioned a 30-odd% win percentage here at Timonium.
Mm-hmm.
He's run 19 horses here in the last 5 years. 17 have finished in the money.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, she could be reliable for in the money. I don't know. We'll see. The gate's open. The break will be crucial, and they may get into a ding-dong battle up front and turn it into a real horse race.
That should be a fun race to watch. I'm actually looking forward to that. You got a couple horses there with legit speed, so that should be a lot of fun.
The 8th race is the Corn Dog Classic.
I did not know that.
It's right here in the program.
I don't have the program.
Okay. Well, scratch the 3, scratch the 5. Crucial scratches in race 8. Especially Malibu Beauty was going to be my top pick, and maybe yours too. I don't know. No, you were going to pick.
No, it's never my top pick. But now I'm probably going to land on the favorite. So.
Okay. So you land on favorite by default.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe.
Well,
we don't know.
Such is life. Sweet Wilhelmina probably going to be the favorite in here for Scott Lake, coming out of a couple of open allowances. Was third 2 back. the two horses she's been running behind Bourbon Bombay. Bourbon Bombay was undefeated until she just lost her last start to Olivia Darling, a rapidly improving race mare. It's a little bit easier spot than those.
Yeah, I went with the same horse, Sweet Wilhelmina, in here. Her best races, who have been off and on and spotty, are good enough to beat this field. It's not raining today, but if it were, I'd probably make her best bet of the day. She was third behind Falconet Battle Bling in the mud January this year at Aqueduct, but even without that on a fast track, her best races are very competitive in this spot against a field that's shortened up and looks to have maybe some closers in there, like Canoodle, like Marvelous. Peyton Elizabeth, on paper, looks like she's gone to the front, right? The Jamie Ness barn. I can tell you this, there's a lot of confetti on the ground here at Timonium this year and the past from that barn's horses. I'm not going to name any stats, but you can look it up. Right?
You could look it up.
And including last weekend.
Yeah.
Right? But she might win. Peyton Elizabeth, yeah. I mean, those look like the two.
Yeah, no, she's a nice horse.
7-4. Yeah.
Ran well last time, won versus similar, well, not quite similar, but ran against two other than last time out.
How about Javion Toledo at the Big T? Riding Marvelous.
I think it's interesting to see him here. He's got a couple mounts today. And this horse, I mean, there are, even with the scratch of Malibu Beauty, a couple stakes winners in here. This is one of them, Marvelous. Won the
Distaff Starter Handicap Maryland Million Day last.
And then won the Conniver earlier this year.
Yeah, so a very accomplished mare. When she's good, she's good. And she's rallied against slow paces. She's had the Maryland Million win. There was a wicked pace, and she came flying from well back in a 14-horse field from 12th. But she was well placed against slow paces. She was third. Went way back at this track last year behind Acadian Girl and Brewery at the time when those two mares were really going strong.
Yep.
So I'm not going to rule her out, though. In my opinion, this is like a step to the Maryland Million.
And I apparently, I have the 8. I apparently picked a horse that does not exist. How about that?
Oh.
That's handicapping.
That's a typo. All right.
All right. This is a really good race. Look forward. 7th and 8th are really, really good races, and folks need to pay attention to them because it's good stuff there. On to the 9th race. Maiden 45s to close the meet here at the Big T. 4 furlongs. Got to go fast. Dave, pedigree dog fig?
I have a bucking good figure here for Be-Uckin' Dreamer.
Lay it on me.
Kip Berry's, wow, what a mare she was, right? Kip Berry's 11-37 lifetime, 409,000.
Stakes winner. Yep.
And after the calculations were done, come up with a 101. Dog fig.
Another 101.
But even more importantly is if you can take the works for concrete evidence, there were 2 gate workouts August 20th at Laurel from the gate. From a total of 10 works on the day, Buck and Dreamer was a minute and 2/5 breezing from the gate. The other gate work that day was by Bosphorus Blue.
Who just won the other day.
Yes, indeed, right. And ran a 53 buyer number. So if this horse is equal to Bosphorus Blue and can run a 53 on debut,
we'll win.
I think we'll win.
Probably will.
So I really like that horse today, the Buck and Dreamer.
All right, so I think our actual selections are not on the board here. So you go with the 6 here, Dave?
Yeah, 6-2, 3-8.
Okay.
Another horse out of a good mare, Notion of Love by Great Notion out of Katie's Love, who won almost $250,000, debuting for Ham Smith. Right? He's got a couple of nice firsters running today, in the first and in the last.
Yep. I landed on World of Trouble here for Brittany Russell. She's 18% with 2-year-old firsters and Maiden Special Weight Company. This is the first foal out of a 3-time winning mare by Munnings called Misty on Point. She's by World of Trouble. He's a new sire. His runner so far 1 for 17 first time out.
Was he a turf horse? I forgot to look that up. I don't know.
You are
I know
asking
that-
someone who cannot answer your question.
Well, I'll look it up quickly. Wait,
Yeah, it
but
could be
I know
looked
the
up.
dam was turf, so that's kind of a reason I went another way here. Not to say that you can't win,
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
you
no,
can't
yeah.
win. But yeah.
No, we both have the 6, 3, and 2 on the ticket. You also have Rye Diggity Dog at the bottom. Anything you want to say
No,
about that?
Just because it had dog in it. And everybody trusts the dog figs.
Everybody trusts the dog pigs, as well they
Yeah,
should.
World of Trouble was 3 for 4 on the grass, 9
Okay.
lifetimes. So won both, but very fast. Was a grade 1 winner on the dirt.
Yep.
And
Okay.
was second in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. I thought so. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
But
so pretty
anyway,
fast horse.
I just went with kind of the locals here.
All right.
You know, the local, like, Timonium guys, Ham Smith. I mean, not that Brittany's not, but relatively speaking, right? She runs fewer
people
horses.
who
Yeah.
fill the entry box here
Yeah.
year after year,
year after
like
year.
him,
All right.
sure.
Uh,
All right, so 623 for Dave, 463 for me. Dave Rodman, any last thoughts here?
No, that's it. 27 minutes out to post time. Fast track. Enjoy your day. Final day, Labor Day at the Big T.
It's been a pleasure, Dave.
Yeah, it's been fun.
All right.
I hope we didn't break too many people.
we do what we can.
Yeah.
All right, 26 to post, everybody.
All right.
Good luck. Welcome to the Big T. Have a great day.